Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bee if you guys are new here, and today's makeup look is going to be this very bold makeup look. I just wanted to sit down and film with some old products, some new products, some products that I haven't tried out on my channel before. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy bold makeup looks, and leave me some love in the comment section down below because I love reading comments from you guys. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Going into the Desert Dusk palette, the first shade we are going to use is the shade Amber, and I am going to use that as my transition shade. And I do spend a lot of time blending this into the crease because I want it to be a nice blown out, very faded looking crease for us to blend the other shadows on top of. And the next shade we're going to use in the palette is the shade Saffron, and I am just stippling that onto the outer corner of my eye to deposit the color, and then I start blending it in once I've laid the color down at the outer V. And I do lay this kind of directly on top of that transition shade because I want them to blend very nicely together so that there's this nice seamless shades of orange and bright red kind of blended together in the crease, and I do spend a little bit of time building this up. And I go back into my original brush and I am just blending those two colors together. And I'm going to use the shade Weed on my outer V, and I am doing the same technique where I'm stippling it out on the outer corner, and then I pretty much focus this color on the outer third of my eye. I don't bring it too far in, and of course we want to just make sure we blend all three of those colors together, and then we also want to bring back any of that saffron shade that we might have lost in the blending. Next, we're going to use some NYX Glitter Glue to lay down as a base. And we're going to go into the Colourpop Supernova shadow in the shade Hard to Impress, which is this nice fiery red bronze color, if that's even a shade. I've never used a formula like this before, so this was my first time using a liquid shadow like this, and I will say it was a little difficult for me to use at first. I didn't know how it was going to blend, I didn't know how it was going to apply, which it applied very nicely. I'm just not really comfortable with blending the edges, so maybe this wasn't the right makeup look for it, but I did try to blend the outer corner with the end of that liquid shadow. And then I want to go in and blend out the crease, so I am using that amber shade to blend it all together. Okay, and we are going to use some wing liner today, or we are going to do some wing liner today. And I always start off at the outer corner of my eye, and I like to angle it more steep towards my eyebrow. I like my wing to be angled higher than wider because I think it fits my eye shape a little bit better. So of course I want to connect it to my lash line, and I'm just drawing a nice thin line across the lashes. And here's where it gets tricky because you want to make them look even. So I kind of filled in the wing, and then I realized it's not the same, so I tried to make it a little sharper, and of course we all make mistakes, but the show must go on, of course. And I am using some liquid liner because I'd like to get this nice and smooth. I feel like the liquid liner just makes everything blend a little bit better. And I clean up the edges of my makeup with a makeup wipe, and just to get rid of any fallout that might have happened. And I am going to use the Eylure Vegas nail lashes in the style Platinum Princess. And for primer, I am using the Farsali Unicorn, what is it called? The Unicorn Essence Oil. I have used this once before, but not on my channel. I think it's a nice primer. But I wouldn't say that it did anything life-changing. It does work really well with this stick foundation from Anastasia Beverly Hills because I feel like this stick foundation is just a little bit drier than my liking, and maybe this was targeted for really oily skin types, and I'm not a very oily skin type, I'm combo. So it does end up looking a little bit more dry on my skin. So I am going to stipple this out with a flat top kabuki brush because I find that it's the best method to blend out this foundation. For concealer, we are going to use the Nars Radiant Concealer in the shade Custard, and I'm going to blend it out with a Morphe E8. I have been really into blending out my concealer with a brush lately. I don't know why, I just think it looks nice. Nothing fancy to it. And I'm going to set my eyes with an oldie but a goodie. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I used to use this all the time on my lower lash line, or on my under eyes, and I really did like it a lot. And then I am just going to pack the rest of my face with this Peach Perfect powder with an Eagle Tool sponge, which is my favorite, and I am just going to set the rest of my face with it. Next, we're going to work on the lower lash line. What I did to the top, I'm going to do to the bottom. So I'm going to start off with the shade Amber, and I'm just going to run that pretty close to my lower lash line, and then I'm going to add in that saffron color as well as that weed color just to kind of build it up and give it that nice bold look. And to bring warmth back into my skin, I'm going to use the Elcie Cosmetics bronzer in the shade Medium. It's this very nice warm tone bronzer, and I really love it. It just gives you this nice sun-kissed glow that I can appreciate, and just to give my face a little bit more life, a little bit more dimension. And for blush, I'm going to go into Colourpop. This is the shade Bar Hopping. It is my absolute favorite blush of all time, hands down at this moment. I just love how neutral this blush looks, but it just gives you like this nice warm kissed look to your cheeks. And for highlighter, I am using the Dose of Colors X DesiXKaty collab, and I am sorry that this is out of stock and not coming back ever again, but I just love a very nice wet highlighted look. It's my favorite part of doing makeup, and I wanted to wear it again on my channel, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity to just use it. And I am going to contour my cheeks a little bit with this Benefit Hoola bronzer. I think the Hoola bronzer is the best for me shade wise to contour with. It's very cool toned, and it matches really well with my skin. And I do contour my nose with this. I love this brush. Like, it is the best brush I've ever used to chisel out my cheekbones, to chisel out my nose. I just need this brush, like 1,000 of them. That would be nice. Thank you so much. And I'm going to sharpen up that contour by using some of that Peach Perfect powder and my Eagle Tool sponge, and I'm just going to sharpen it up because I didn't want it to go too far down. And that just cleans it up. For lips, I'm going to use the Dose of Colors X DesiXKaty collab, and this is in the shade Sauvage. And I really do like this liquid lipstick formula. I haven't used it in a while, so when I applied it, I couldn't have been more surprised and amazed of how comfortable this formula is. I love the color. It just looks very burgundy, very purple, and it's just a beautiful, very sexy shade to wear. And the formula, like I said, is so comfortable. It is not transfer proof, but it stays pretty matte, and it's, again, comfortable. And I'm going to set my face with the Elcie Hydra Enhancer. This is my favorite right now, and I'm just so afraid to run out of it. And that's going to complete today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave me some love in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.